All right. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see if the stream is working. Looks like we're live on X, and that is working just fine. Let's go check the YouTube channel. Let's go check. Oh, my YouTube app is lagging. Looks like we're live on X. There we go. All right, we're live. Welcome to the pre-bell breakdown episode number 4. So it is finally Friday, the end of the week. FOMC was stupid. Everyone already kind of knew what data was going to come out and what Jerome Powell was going to say. So I don't think there was any surprise there overall. Market went up, down, up, down, up, down, and the market closed where it had opened up that day. So didn't really go anywhere overall. So SPY still flirting around the 660 psych level. A few dollars above it, a few dollars below it. It is what it is. So we are going to not lose our ass today because it's Friday. And today is not the day to do that. Friday is, for me, if I decide to trade the market, usually I have swings going into Friday, usually with profits or a smaller position, looking for a larger move. But Fridays for me, the first few hours of the day, just managing current trades that I'm in for this week. And then once 2 p.m. Eastern happens, the last 1 to 2 hours before market close, looking at setups on the larger time frames for most of these names on the daily and weekly charts to see where they're closing at, develop a thesis, and then look for potential swing trades and enter into those within the last hour or two of the day, and then swing those over the weekend into next week, and then do a little bit of more deep dive over the weekend, and then do that Sunday night live stream and then share some things there. So it's usually what Fridays are for me. I do not go in and start sizing normal and take 5-6 trades. For me, Monday is usually a little bit slower in the morning, and then I start to look at things that I want to trade for the rest of the week after I let the dust settle from whatever happened over the weekend move, if there was a gap up, gap down. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, go balls to the wall. And then Friday is collecting profits and closing out, trades, seeing if I want to continue to hold some over the weekend, but then look for new positions as well. And if I do take any trades intraday on Friday, usually if it's 0 DTEs, quick moves like on Tesla, Nvidia, SPY, Qs, whatever it is, it's just risking a portion of the profits for the week. So for this week right now, for example, if I'm up $6,000, how much could I lose today and still be fine with my week? Would I be fine if I was up $5,000 by the end of today for the week? Yes. So that means if I decide to trade today, then my max loss I'm willing to lose would be $1,000, and I'm not going to exceed that. So kind of just how my thought process is for Fridays. So if you are here on the X live stream, if you could please like and repost the stream. It is recorded as always. It will be saved here on the X live stream. We're also on the YouTube channel. It will be saved onto the YouTube channel. So people that cannot attend any of these live streams whenever I'm doing them, they are recorded. They can watch them later on just for educational purposes and review at their own time. So the more people that like and repost it, easier it is to find. So if you are watching the X live stream right now, which I see there's about 500 people almost tuning in so far, if you could like and repost it, I would greatly appreciate it, as we're about to go take a look at where the market is opening up at. Gotta have some coffee right now. So, the SPY. I mean, okay. Let's just kind of make this easy. Just kind of make this easy right now on the SPYs. Make sure you have a zone right up here. This is going to be your 664 to 665, your $1 range right up here. This is going to be your resistance, which would act as your intraday supply zone. That's right up here. All right. You have a level here, which is at volume point of control, which lines up where equilibrium is. So obviously there's a little gap here from the overnight session on SPY. Right, market has already filled that gap up to that point. So SPY still has a little bit of room to go. So there is a gap to be filled right here. Volume point of control is going to put that around 662.8 on SPY. Underneath that, you have previous day low, which is just right below you. The big support, previous week high, is just going to be underneath that 660 down to right here. So is that a level right here? I think that is a level. I'm just going to leave that on there for right now and then draw this box for right here. This will be your support and your demand zone on SPY. All right, so you got previous day low right here, previous week high right here, 660 psych level, volume shelf, just a lot of support down right here in this area. So you have a gap to fill right here on SPY, volume point of control right above. And then above that, your resistance supply zone up there, 664 to 655 on SPY. And then downside, you got a little trend line right here that automatically draws on here from LuxAlgo. Shout out LuxAlgo Price Action Concepts Indicator for marking all this for me automatically. Makes it easier. And if it can break underneath this right here, come down, pre-market low, previous day lows right here where this blue line is. If it breaks underneath that, get a quick move back down here into this area and then see if buyers step back in, push it back up into the range. But overall, the main two things to take away from this is your midpoint area right up here, volume point of control, which is just right where that gap is currently on SPY. Q's already filled its gap, as did IWM. So SPY is the only one so far who has not filled its gap upside. If you go to QQQ right here, there was the gap here from the overnight session, and obviously QQQ has filled that gap right here and exceeded that. And it's hitting a little order block of resistance right up here, just underneath 597 cycle level. Same little trend line right here. Its a volume point of control is right down here, and big support beneath that. And it's pre-market. We'll go over that in just a second, but just going to go back over to SPY. So underneath there, come get a quick shot down here, and I would expect buyers to potentially step in. So these are the three main things I would be watching again here on SPY: the resistance, the support, and that gap of volume point of control right there in the middle. I'm not interested in any price action between this area right here. So for SPY, it would be kind of where the volume point of control is. I would look for a rejection potentially there, but if it does, break above that, it can go fill that gap. But SPY staying underneath the gap and then staying above previous day low. So overall, just in this area, which is going to be 662 down to 660.3, just this area right here. Not really interested in trading this dollar, whatever that is, $1.90 range-ish. Not interested in doing anything right here. So looking to play reactions. off these bigger areas here. If we start to break and base either above the resistance and supply zone, we'll trade that accordingly. Where the market's at. If we start to break underneath previous week high, which is going to be down here just underneath 659 on SPY, you do have Monday low 657.36 target downside, full target intraday underneath this support right here. If that breaks, is going to be 656.3 on SPY. And obviously if SPY breaks the resistance, it's just we're making new all-time highs after that. So that's right there for the SPYs. So for the Qs, you have previous day low right down here, previous day high right up there, equilibrium and volume point of control. So this can be like your chop box where we can ping pong around inside this area, which is a $2 range on QQQ. This right here can be your chop box. We break above the top of the chop box, you'll go to previous day high, above previous day high, just continue to climb up and then, you know, potentially making new all-time highs after that. Underneath the bottom of the chop box, we will go down to previous day low, right? So you have volume point of control right here in the middle. You have another order block right here in the middle. You got an order block at the high, and then you got pre-market low right down here. So that's what can make this a chop box. Just a lot of things for it to ping pong and react off of. So for Qs, mark these 4 levels. It's going to be 593, 595, 597, and 598.15. Those are the 4 levels you really need to be watching on QQQ. There's nothing else here on this chart as of right now to be looking at intraday. And you'll see it a little bit more clearly here on the 30-minute chart. So there's a small little gap to fill right down here. This can be a great target downside if it does break this support right here. So again, above previous day high, it's just new all-time highs. Currently showing Qs in a 30-minute squeeze. MACD has not flipped bullish, but the TTM squeeze indicator has and is moving upside. That is because if you clearly look at pre-market session after the move down, it is making higher highs and higher lows right now. So it's trying to move to the upside, has not fired, and we are at the resistance. If I were to bet, you get a break in base above 597 on a 30-minute time frame. We're going to push back up here to 597.7, previous day high 598.15. Above that, new all-time highs. If we reject and come back down into the chop box, it's just, again, ping pong and back and forth until we break out of it. It also looks like it's in a squeeze on the 1 hour. Look, the 1 hour looks freaking perfect for this little box. 1 hour is showing a squeeze moving to the downside, and that's because we are making a lower high so far from previous session. So this is the chop box right here on Qs. I think once we get over a 30-minute time frame, at least break and base above or below this chop box, we can probably look for some continuation in a direction. So I'm actually going to go ahead and set an alert on QQQ here, and I'm going to set an alert on QQQ right there. So now TradingView will notify me when QQQ decides to break out of this chop box. All right, let's go over here and look at our old friend IWM. Gap is filled on my chart, extended hours on, adjust for dividends. Are you on TradingView or are you on Webull? But I use actual, I don't use adjusted for SPY. Let me go over to my Webull chart over here for SPY. Yeah, if you have the adjusted turned on, you do have gap fill. If you use actual, then you do not. So the trading view chart that I have is actual and not adjusted. But if you put adjusted on, then yes, you will have gap fill. I can turn the volume up a little bit more if that helps. So IWM is coming up the previous day high. IWM was on a mission yesterday. I don't know if you guys look at IWM, but I'm telling you right now, this guy is so much better than SPY and QQQ sometimes. I absolutely love looking at IWM. Yesterday, just seeing this run up right here, right into this resistance supply zone, pulled back down, and then this was the long setup for the day. A Morningstar reversal right there on VWAP, and then just ripped all the way up, and now we're at over 245 on IWM. Looks absolutely freaking amazing. And I believe that is new all-time highs as of right now, where IWM is at. So the Russell has new all-time highs right now going into Friday's session. Absolutely amazing. It looks like it, what was it? 215.15 right before the close, and then some continuation up after hours, and we're back to that spot after hours high. So IWM absolutely on a tear. So if it breaks underneath 244, just watch for maybe a little bit of downside after this overextension right up here, and then this high just right up there. But I mean, what an absolute monster of a freaking chart versus SPY and QQQ. I love trading IWM when it really starts to move intraday and catch a really good trend, when SPY and Qs are either lagging, kind of behind it, or they're just chopping within a range, and you have IWM in a clear trend that's very, very strong. It is amazing to capitalize on over there. Let's go look at Tessie real quick. Let me actually pull up over here on Webull as well. Tesla. So Tesla still needs to fill its gap downside. Why does it look like the data on TradingView is slightly behind versus Webull? What is the high of this candle right here? I'm on my Webull broker. You guys you're looking at the TradingView chart. 420.75. 420.69. I do pay for the real-time data over on TradingView, but it is a few cents off. It is slightly off by a few cents. It's like 5 cents off right now. But didn't really fill its gap completely. Gap goes to right there. It came within just a few cents from filling that gap on Tesla. Watching HIMS look interesting on the 15. Also had a daily Morningstar reversal. Ooh, we'll go look at that here in a second. King faces. Let me get rid of this right here. Tessie not in a squeeze on any time frame. So it's watching this trend line. It's right near this 420 psych level volume point of control. Your resistance on Tesla is going to be around 423.50 up to 425. It's going to be this area right here. And then you have your support that's right down here. You got trend line right here of support, where this volume shelf is. So right in here. Underneath this, then you have your after hours previous day low between 4 and 4:15 from yesterday. But if this can hold here on Tesla, get a move to the upside, you could articulate potential inverse head and shoulders coming on Tesla. A little wonky, but if it does hold here, get the move up to here. If it can get a break and base above that, then up here to 427, 428. And then Monday high is just up there near 430, and previous day high 432.23, and the pre-market high up there from 433.53. So these would all be potential targets upside if Tesla does break above this equilibrium and volume point of control area around 423, 425 today. Breaks underneath 419, get a move down to this previous day low, 415, under 415. Probably just going to see a little retracement back down to 410, 405, and then 400. Someone did say HIMS. I mean, HIMS looks fantastic. These are the freaking charts and trades that you want to be taking intraday, and just whenever you see SPY Qs just not doing too much, go focus on some of these individual names that are getting these clear trend and these strong moves with the relative strength, or if it's downside, relative weakness. Those are the ones you want to capitalize on intraday. Don't just be sticking around just watching SPY Qs not really do shit, honestly, when you can be capitalizing on moves like this. So someone said Morningstar reversal potentially on HIMS. Ignore this. I can actually clear this chart. Yes, I do see that. Right off volume point of control. Beautiful. So I took calls on HIMS here because you will see the support. You just look left right there, drag this over. So I initially took calls on HIMS here. Came straight back up here to 55 bucks. Pulled back down, just hit volume point of control. And I do see what you're talking about right here for this potential daily Morningstar reversal. And the resistance it's hitting is that high that's right there. And then you have some other spots upside from 60 probably being the biggest one, up to 65, which is right up there. So if you mark 60, it's going to put you about here. Zoom out, look left, see how the stock reacts, and then 65 makes sense. It's nearly right up here where all these top wicks on this chart is. But that looks really good. That back test of 50 bucks, that volume point of control looks very, very nice. Look at this weekly. Look how the weekly candle is closing here on HIMS. I mean, overall, just got an alert on Qs. Must be crossing over the top of that box right now. This weekly candle on Qs, or sorry, on HIMS is looking very, very nice. If you can get a candle close above 57, looks really good to continue to push up to 60 bucks. But this weekly chart, very, very strong. You could probably articulate a giant flag right here on the chart, a bull flag. And it is in a squeeze right now. And look, all things have been pointing downside while it's actually been moving to the upside. So this is very interesting to watch. You have a lot of bearish signs here looking at the RSI, the MACD, the TTM squeeze, but the stock's moving, higher. So you have a little bit of divergence that's going on right here. So it'd be very interesting to see how HIMS is going to react up here. If it gets smacked really, really hard, pulls back down, puts in a lower high, and then sells off, and then everything that's pointing right here to the downside, it starts to play out and the squeeze fires to the downside. Or if it continues to push up higher, the RSI pushes up, the MACD crosses bearish, the TTM squeeze indicator, the histogram starts to curl back up, goes yellow, goes blue, and then it fires to the upside and then puts in a higher high on the chart, breaking out of this bull flag. Right, so you can make a case for both. Our job is just to see how the stock continues to move and we react to the price action. So very interesting chart on HIMS. I actually like that going into the end of the week. And then being on top chart for potentially next week as well. So I'll probably chart this again on the Sunday night live stream. What VWAP indicator do you have? The standard one that is on TradingView. Do I need to use SPY and QQ to trade IWM? No. I watch all three of them, but you do not need to be using or looking at SPY or Qs to be trading IWM. Volume point of control, that is from Lux Algo volume profile indicator. But the VWAP is by TradingView. Why is everyone talking about FSLR? FSLR actually had a really decent chart. We were talking about it in Premium earlier this week. Look, I already got some things. Calls, big support. And I put a money thing on here. FSLR is looking very nice. Energy just overall looking good. You can see the clear trend here on the chart. Higher highs, higher lows, beautiful trend line. So watching this, but very strong weekly chart. Daily is in a squeeze as of right now. So it's in a squeeze right here. Look, this is what I'm talking about for HIMS. Do you see how right now HIMS had the same thing? It started to squeeze right here with the red bar going to the downside. FSLR had the same thing. And then what I say for HIMS, if you want to see if it's going to place to the upside, it's going to flip yellow and then go light blue and then see if it fires that squeeze to the upside, making that next higher high, right? FSLR is kind of already setting that up right now, but it hasn't done the move to the upside. I mean, yesterday, technically, it did put in another new high over top of this one, but looking to see if it can break above, 222. So still about $10 away. But what MACD are you using? Standard one by TradingView. Nothing fancy. It's the one that TradingView gives you. MACD is also flipping bullish right now. So very good sign to see with the squeeze indicator and then this trend line that's holding right here on FSLR. So FSLR does look very, very nice on the daily. Nice reversal here on the monthly. Weekly, still holding trend. You got this area of resistance right up here. Very clear to see. So big smack rejection there that started this move downside. Recently tested that high on Monday, August 18th. So again, I said 222, puts it around 221.50. The high of that candle is 221.50. The high of this candle is 221.20. So give or take cents between 221 and 222. If it can get the break and base above that push up and see if that daily squeeze can fire, if it continues to hold this trend and break through that resistance right there. So FSLR does look pretty good overall on the chart. So can you do Marvel? Oh, we've already looked at Marvel. We're late. We're late to MRVL. It's already, look, Morningstar reversal on the weekly. Go to your daily. Look, it's already here. It just filled the gap completely. The gap has been filled. It just did it. Mark the gap fill right there. Boom. Gap here. Boom. That was your gap fill from high to low, from right there to right there. It just filled the gap almost to the penny. So if it can break and base above 75 and get continuation up to 78, I think that's great. But it's very overextended. It just played out the full move and it just filled the entire gap, it looks like, here on the daily chart. So like, it was a great long in two spots, which would have been when buyers stepped in here. For me, it would have been the breakout here. Last chance to enter. What? Last chance that he sent the daddy chill. Cause we talked about this like 5 times. I'm like, we were late. We missed it. And then the breakout that happened intraday here over the volume point of control that took it from 69 break straight to 72. This was a really, really good entry. This right here would have been the great first breakout, getting back into the gap, breaking over that September 10th high. This one right here was like the FOMO entry, and you caught the move up. Yeah, but we're all the way up here after filling that daily gap. There's nothing I can really do here on MRVL. So I'm going to say look at BA. You will like it. To the downside or upside? Let's see. Weekly 21 EMA support right there. Hitting nicely. Right off this volume. Looking good. So now it needs to close. What I would like for it to close above would be 216 area to about 219, give or take this little zone right here. So this candle right here for the week, I want it to close above here, below here, or above it, whatever it is, just somewhere above, inside or above this red zone right here, right? If it does, I can potentially front run a Morningstar reversal. If next week Boeing does have a green week and push to the upside, you're going to have a Morningstar reversal if you have a green candle pushing up right here, which would be absolutely fantastic. Yes, I did cover HIMS for you, King Faces, and you missed it. You were in a work meeting. So I covered it just for you, but he had a work meeting and missed it. Don't worry, it's all recorded, but we'll also talk about it in the. We'll pull it back up in the live stream. We'll do it again. We will chart it again in the live stream later today. But yeah, Boeing looks pretty good. As long as it holds right here, gets a good bounce, would love to see another big green candle start to form in here for a weekly Morningstar. This consolidation right here, it's not even back above the daily 9, which is going to put it around the 419 area. So this chart overall doesn't look fantastic to me, but there's that base there on the 4-hour. Look, essentially that's what I'm looking for right there. So depending on how this week closes for Boeing, right there, if it can start to close above this top of the red line, that will give me the warm and fuzzy feelings to start looking at swinging long and then get that move straight up here closer to 230 area. So looking good. We got, oh, I'm over on time. Well, I think we can probably just stay on here for right now because I'm doing a giveaway here soon anyways. I guess so. Are you also watching AMD? Yes, took AMD calls yesterday. It was glorious. Very slow at first on the AMDs, but took some calls on I typed in ARM. I was like, that doesn't look like my AMD chart I was looking at this morning. There you go. Took the calls on the AM Dizzles and then very slow back and forth. Got the pop up, came back down to the 21. It held the 5-minute 21 EMA. Every candle closed above it, which essentially when you're in a good trend intraday, it's kind of what you use for trailing stops if I'm going to exit the trade. But had a nice move all the way up here to target, and we are near the same area as of right now. So it's looking good. Two things to mark on there is going to be 155 down to 154.4, and then mark 158 to 158.8. Those are the two spots to watch on AMD. Break and base above or below those two. I think we can get a good continuation in a direction or play the reactions off those two areas as well. CIFR. CIFR is. Are they doing the Are they live for the Oh yeah, they are. They're doing the Wolf live stream today on the YouTube channel. So I'll probably hang out over here for the first little bit from market open. We'll do the little quick morning session, see where everything's at, and then do the giveaways here live on the stream. And then later on, I'll switch over probably after the first hour or so. We'll hold this stream here on X and YouTube until 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and then I'm going to change over to the Wolf Trading YouTube channel. I think they're also streaming it to X. I could be wrong. Uh-oh. One of my kids is not happy. But I could be wrong. I have to go check. We got U.S. market open up here in about 7 minutes. Remember, it's Friday, and you don't go balls to the wall and try and lose your ass and make a shitload of money on Fridays. But yes, we are doing the giveaway. I don't think we're doing the FedEx and UPS giveaway. Both stocks are still green, but not even freaking close anymore. FedEx went to like 240, 245 after hours on the earnings move, and it's back down under 230. And then UPS sympathy play went to like 87, 88, and it's back to like 85 or 86. So there will be no $100 cash giveaway today unless for some reason they go back before market close. I will 100% still do the $100 cash giveaway if FedEx and UPS go straight back up and then go above those numbers by the end of market close. If I see that happening at some point in time, I'm going to retweet or I'll quote that post from earlier and be like, hey, we're going back. It's still valid. So we'll do the giveaway. But regardless, we're going to do the 2 people later on for the premium Discord free for a month giveaway. So no matter what, that is happening. We'll see if we can do the $100 cash giveaway later. It all depends on FedEx and UPS. We shall see. Let me get a chart pulled up over here. Need extended hours on. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. What? Okay. Now I have a different chart over here on TradingView, and this one, it's a new chart, but the what the hell? Let me see. Cypher, yeah, it's right here on the chart. Whoopsies. Cypher is nothing right here yet. Just watch 11 and 12.14 and up near 13 bucks. Those are the 3 spots to watch. There's nothing really on the chart. So holding 1 to 4 hour trend as of right now above EMAs. Looking good. Right here. Ooh, looks like a potential Morningstar reversal here on the hourly. Look at that. Looking nice. So just mark those areas for CIFR. Let me put this right here. Ooh! How much time until U.S. market open? We got like 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, so watch here. Mark there. And then look, and then there's the evening star right up there at the high. And there. So 1, 2, 3. Those are the spots right there on CIFR. Whoopsies. Wrong chat. Whoopsies. MU. I mean, we already smacked MU. And, I mean, this name took it from 120 to 140. And then I obviously missed the move for the rest of that from 140 to 170. I think it needs to pull back a little bit here. So, if you're looking for upside, I think you're way late to the party. There's right here, this day right here is where I took calls, and then boom, 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 up here to the yellow zone. And then I didn't capture this move here. So, how much time we got? Got a minute. MU has a gap to fill on the daily, right below, right here. There's another gap here. Drop it down to a 5-minute. Right there. So it's about to enter into the gap underneath 162.6. Get a flush down to 160 psych level. I would expect buyers to step in right here. If 160 gets lost, then you can get a move down here to this next MMK zone to get support at 157 down to 155. But there is a small gap to fill here on the chart. What we got going on here with SPY? What we got? We got about 25 seconds. There's your adjusted for the dividends right there as well. Nice candle on the SPY. Let's see where market opens up at in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Woo! Where's Rubric? I want that thing to go higher. Oopsies, I clicked on the wrong setting right here. Is market open? Why is Weeble not loading? Load, Weeble. Load. There we go. No, I do not need to set a trading alert right there. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. There you go. My bad, bro. Someone said Apple is pumping. IWM pulling back here at the open. Watch FedEx because of the fact that it had the move up, came back down. Might be able to get some kind of IV flush. I'm looking at the premiums. They were freaking spready. They are spready. Big pop and drop on the FedEx. Let's see. Dude, the spread's like freaking almost $100 wide on some of these. I'm watching these 235s for the calls, and I'm watching the 225s for the puts. They're going from like 50 to like $100 wide. They're going crazy. IWM, big red candle downside. Pull up IWM over here as well. There's your big red candle downside on iDubbbz. Hims. Oh! I mean, just send Hims to $60. Hey, someone in the premium Discord, go look at the chat right there and post it for me if you got it. Hims! Oh my goodness, I need to get the flow pulled up too. I mean, just send Hims to 60. I can't believe OKLO. OKLO went to 110, apparently. I don't know how in the hell I missed that, but I did. Not my chart, your chart. Not mine, yours. Why is my tab over here not loading? Why is that not working? Oh, it's just a website. Okay, it's not me. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Hims is flying. All right, let me get the flow pulled up. Holy bejeebus. Let's go, sorry, GTG. Hims, $56 calls for $9.19, up 500%. Great job. Nice job. King Faces on Hims, $675. Make ya holla. I think my data that's on TradingView that I have is off. I have to go check my account later. I'm gonna post that in there real quick. Q's almost got up near where the zone starts at. Didn't get up to previous day high. CoreWeave. Someone was asking about CoreWeave yesterday. Yeah, that's a big freaking one. Can you do 5 minute? I really just pushed over a baby, it sounds like. Is that 5 minute? There you go. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for right there. Let me go check my Weebles. Because it's not off by a lot, but it is off by a few cents. What's your high? 662.84. Okay, so no, my Weeble's good. My Weeble is good. Jesus, she pissed off that baby. Let me see. Okay. So baby's giving the bearish signal. That's right. IWM's coming to the downside. One thing I'm thinking about doing for the rest of this part of this live stream here as well. I mean, we'll see if there's some things intraday that I'm looking at, but there's been some questions about utilizing Tick and Valdi Q. Speaking of Valdi, holy bejeebus, do you see the opening candle on Valdi? Selling straight down. The opening tick was 571, which usually indicates a little bit chop. Look, everybody has different freaking charts. I'll have to go fix my data later on. CoreWeave, let me check the flow. 100K size orders. Sweeps. 130 calls at the ask for 926. 130 calls above the ask. The highest order, two highest orders. One's an in the money order for 2026. After that, so far this morning, CoreWeave 130 call, 926, 2025 expiration above the ask. Another 130 above the ask for today, 0 DTEs. Insane. A few sold calls, but it's like 300,000 of sold calls and 2.6 million of bought calls for CoreWeave so far this morning. What did Bishop trade? Oh, Shopify. Oh, he took Oracle. What happened with Oracle? Holy CoreWeave! As I'm talking about the 130s, there it freaking goes. Holy bejeebus. What happened with Oracle? Bishop alerted calls. Holy shit! They went in the money. He took 305 calls. Holy shit! They're up 130%. Look at everyone in the chat. Holy shit. No way. 146 to 350? Let's go, Bishop. No freaking way. Bishop said happy Friday. Bishop's one of our, he comes on Spaces every now and then as well. He's one of our alert analysts in Premium. Holy shit, dude. That's insane. Oh my god. Great job. FSLR. Is it popping? Look. I just got alerts on PLTR, CoreWeave, and Oracle. E-Rod said, look at FSLR. It's trying, baby. It's trying. She's looking good. I like it. Let's go see what we're working with right now. Bow, chicken, bow, bow. Let me go look at the options chain real quick. Man, it's freaking... But CoreWeave almost hit 130. And then his 305 target hit on Oracle. Freaking insane. All right. me pull this up. So I do have calls on Cypher. I have a few lotto calls, 14s for October. Also, I'm in calls on this name Rubric, RBRK. Up 15%, nothing crazy. Still want more. Let me pull it up right here. Had a really nice day yesterday, up 15%, and now just kind of chilling right up here. Still looking for a move closer to 80. All right, you know Tesla we like to do on Fridays. Usually it's always calls. So anyone interested in some Tesla 0 DTEs? See if we can make a 1 to 500% trade. Let's see what Tesla's looking like. Good opening candle on Tesla. Coming up to a little bit of resistance here. See if we can get a little bit of pullback on Tesla. See if Tesla can pull back, and I'll grab some 430 0 DTE calls. Got an alert on SPY crossing down. Yeah. Oh, look where SPY hit. Would you look at that? Look where SPY hit. It's almost like we covered that way before it happened. Would you look at that? Volume point of control at the 662.8 area. It's almost like we charted that prior, and SPY just got slapped right off of it. Where is, I want this one here. Yeah, so those calls on PLTR that came in were 180 calls for 9:26 expiration about 10 minutes ago. They just went in the money, base hits. Someone said, and Tesla cooked. I just said has resistance. Look at yesterday. Look at the price action on Tesla. Go mark this level, 427.50. 427.50 on Tesla. Right there. I want Tesla to come back down right here. I might try some calls. FedEx getting a pop back up. Premiums are back to normal-ish. God, they went 100%. On that previous candle, they were like $1. Now they're $2.50. Those 235s. Holy bejeebus. It is a nice pop. Rivian pushing. Push you real good. Cypher just hit 12.10. It's almost like we knew that was a level. Wink, wink. Someone mentioned this yesterday to me. DraftKings, DKNG. I think looks great. I want to see how the weekly closes on DKNG, but so far looking fantastic. So far looking good. I have UPS $100 calls for January 2026 and 2027. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through the watch list, seeing if there's anything that looks good. I don't have that SPY filled the gap on my chart. Do you guys have that SPY filled the gap on your chart? Some people are asking. I think it depends on if you have the adjusted data for dividends. I do not. I think it was, who said in here they didn't have it filled? I do not have the SPY gap filled on my chart. I do not. I don't know if some other people do, but I don't. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Whoopsies. Bada bing, bada boom. I said, come on, Tesla, do the Friday thing. SPY getting a little bouncy. I'm on my Weeble chart right now. Sorry. Tesla almost hit the 9 right there. I wanted a little bit more for a pullback. Watch it just rip straight freaking through it. You guys don't see my screen? Do you guys see my chart? There's people that said they don't see. Oh, that was earlier. My bad. Sorry. OKL is still going. Entry on Tesla? No, I didn't take Tesla. Do you guys have the gap filled on SPY or no? Because I'm getting messages, half people saying that gap has been filled, the other half are saying no. I don't have it as filled on either two of my charts. But again, OKLO 115 calls, 919 expiration just came in. I mean, those are in the money, still freaking ripping. Uber is absolutely ripping face. Someone in my Discord said, where's Casey today? People just don't read my announcements. I swear to God. Someone tell him the North Pole. Uber. FSLR. Let's go check it again. What's it doing? Nothing. Microsoft. Ripping. Look at Microsoft. Microsoft looking really good. Go Microsoft, go Microsoft, go. Go Microsoft, go Microsoft, go. About to hit pre-market high from yesterday. Someone said North Pole. Tesla, new high a day. I was a little bit too picky. It almost came back. It came back down to the zone. I wanted it as low as possible into the freaking zone. How much did those calls move? Did they move up, if anything? Those 430s. I saw them come down like just under 2. They just went to 3. So they went over 50%. It ain't hard to catch 50 to 100% on 0 DTEs. It's really not. I was just picky on my entry. But the moves like that, it ain't hard. Someone said the high of SPY was 663 with just for dividends. I don't get how could that be different? Depends on your chart. No, so the high, the price will be the same across the two. The difference is the data that's on the chart that shows where SPY is at in correlation to the previous price action and then where that gap is. That's the only thing different right now. I also have an issue with my trading view and my Webull being like 5 cents off on Tesla for some reason. And I don't know why. But for SPY, the gap I don't have is filled. I have the gap to go up to 663.4. If you have your chart settings turned on to adjusted, then you have SPY way above the gap. And if you look at where SPY's high is compared to yesterday's high, right? 663. And then right now SPY's high was like what? 662.85. But the gap was way below at like 661.60 and under. And I'm on Webull right now. If you go over the trading view, right, you have SPY, high of day up here, 664.89. SPY just hit volume point of control right here at 663, and we still haven't filled the gap. Microsoft's still trying to go. But for SPY charts, but for SPY and Qs, I do not. I use actual on these two. I think it's just Tesla for the delay in the data between Webull and TradingView. QUBT, $25 calls for 1017, 1.3 million on the float. UPS Morningstar reversal, 5-minute chart, looking good. Yeah. Can you take it higher? Yeah, QUBT. Quantum computing. Absolutely ripper this morning. Yeah, $25 calls for 1017 came in, 1.3 million. Sizable sweep, also urgent repeater about 5 minutes ago on those ones. Another sizable sweep for 1.15 million on that one as well. So in the last 5 minutes, a lot of $25 calls for 1017 expiration on ticker QUBT. Tesla broke 15. Meta, they went up over 3. Yeah, I know. You don't have to remind me. Is OKLO still going? Ah, it just hit 120. Oh my god. Those 115s I just called out. I mean, they were in the money. What a freaking ripper. Yeah, there's that QUBT flow. Yeah. That's insane. That Oracle trade was freaking wild. All right, Q's just hit the top right up there. Watch for the smack. SPY came right up near the same area. Watch for the smack. Vol D is negative. Vol DQ is positive. VIX is moving up. Tick coming down. Freaking Oklo, oh my god. That's insane of a move. Dude, I know. I mean, yeah, same. All right, 664.89. I have 664.89 as well. Right up there. And the gap not filled. Those are the charts that I use for SPY. I don't use the, I guess, adjusted. So for some people saying the gap's been filled, I say it's not on mine. Oklo, oh my god. Dude. Holy bejeebus. Is there more flow coming in? Nothing crazy. Oh, that's kind of crazy. 165 calls for November. 642,000. And that's the largest order for the day. Same. Yeah. Yeah. King Faces doesn't have the adjustments for div data turned on. Yeah, neither do I. Yeah. Aaron's still saying FSLR go. He's trying. She's trying. I know King Faces. I'm watching freaking it right now. I'm watching it right now. I asked Knots what Hive Day on SPY was yesterday. He said 664.89. So we're all using the same shit. Send it! NVIDIA. What's she doing? Go, baby, go. AMD a little sideways. NVIDIA, nice pop right there, off volume point of control. BMNR. Ripper candle. Ripper candle, BMNR. Watch SPY, a little bouncy bounce right here off 662. Q still fighting previous day high. IWM relative weakness. Double bottom area. That is a big candle on a BMNR. Tesla looks like it just wants to go pop up to 430 and get those calls in the money. I'll be sad. I'll be sad. Yes, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're here on X, make sure you head over to my YouTube channel. Make sure you go like and subscribe to that. That is a crazy... Can I put this over here? Oh, I can. Nice. I'm going to put that screen right over there. I'll be able to just click like this. Oh, no, fuck. Wrong one. There we go. Let me put it here, maybe. That should work. We'll put this like right there. All right, let me go look at some flow real quick. DXCM puts in the QUBT calls. BMNR is freaking popping. There goes Tesla, new high a day. No. Stop going, Tesla. You're making me FOMO. So it said NVTS. Oh, it is quad witching. It is, isn't it? NVTS, you have sold $6 calls and bought $7 calls. More bearish than it is bullish as of right now based on value for the size of the orders. More money on the bearish side than bullish side. BMNR, what a candle. And here goes Tessie. Ah! Oh, she's gonna go hit 430. Gosh, dang it, man. Are they up 100% yet? Probably not. Because I wanted to get them down like closer to like a buck, like 60. and they went down to $1.83. They just hit 340. So they're probably up like what, 75, 80%, but dadgummit. Someone asked the UPS trade that I'm in, $100 calls, January 2026 and 2027. That is what I have for UPS. Yeah, come on. Go like the channel. I appreciate you, Liv, over on the YouTube channel. Paper handed my Tesla calls. They're now up 122%. At least you got in. I was too picky with my entry and I missed it. I like to be a little bit picky whenever I do 0 DTEs though. I like to try to snipe it the best that I can. Yeah, FSLR is looking good. Previous day high, pre-market high area on FSLR is at 218, so watch for that move up there. A-Rod to 218, 220. NNE, yeah, that one has been looking really, really nice. Yeah, I mean, this thing's been on a freaking tear. Weekly squeeze right now. Just don't think it's fired upside yet. Still might have some ways to go. Uh-oh, I think Everly pushed over another baby. What is she doing? NU new all-time highs, let's go. NU! I think I sent this one on X a while ago for the Leafs as well. Either NU or EOS. I think it might have been EOS. I think Gladiator's the one that put me on for NU. EOS has been on one as well. Look, there it is. Look, I got the line still drawn. This is when I first took it. Look, from the yellow line to this yellow line. From $4.87 straight up here. And then SR flip over the zone happened here. And then it was off to the freaking races again. What is Walmart doing? Pulling back. Breaking a little bit of trend line here on Walmart. Support down here near 132.40. If it starts to break underneath that zone right here, could get a move back down to 100. Keep that on watch. NVIDIA is almost up there. Looking fantastic. She's almost there. Over 178. Looking good. Big spot right up here on NVIDIA. Big spot, 178 on NVIDIA. But overall, looking very good. At least intraday, very strong so far out of the gate. Q's still rejecting the same spot. Yeah. Q's still rejecting the exact same spot. SPY, still nothing. Still nothing. Someone said Tesla pulling back. Did it hit 430? I'd imagine it would hit 430 and then pull back a little bit. Let me pull it up over here. No. 50 cents off. Pull back a little bit. They're bouncing it right now. Nothing right there for me yet. Check the unusual flow. Oh, somebody bought BTU $25 calls for November. Well, that's nice. Because I sent out the charts recently for the $22 calls going in the money on BTU. Look at BTU right now. Let's go, baby. Sent the flow on this one earlier this week. Let me go check how much I'm up on the runners. Sign in to my broker. Dude, Everly is pissing off the babies this morning. What is she doing out there? You know the cool thing about BTU? Is that they're in the freaking money and they don't expire until January of 2026. Fantastic. All right. Premium, the BTU calls, they're at 285 here. There is some flow, some unusual flow. About $500,000. Someone bought there's an order for the $25 calls for 11/21/2025. They bought 5,144 at $1.07. So that's nice. Let's go. So $130 right now per contract gain. Yeah, we just covered that one. All right, just sent that alert in the premium Discord. Nuclear in general, yeah. I mean, Oklo. I mean, Jesus. Can I ask you about FDX levels? Yes. Why did A-Rod just said CoreWeave boom? Did it break above that spot? No, it's trying to go again. CoreWeave's always a fun one to trade intraday, like on momentum. FedEx levels, yes. You have one right here at around 233.8. The next big spot is 239. Here, I'll respond to you right here. 233.8. You previous month high around it's 236.54 area, and then 239, 240. Go ahead and send that. Those are the next levels up. Palantir, new high, almost new high day, equal high day. I'm trying to zoom in on the chart. Equal highs right here, getting a nice little pop. Q still rejecting that same level, coming back down. SPY looking like it wants to drop it low, girl. So Q's great short off previous day high in the top of this channel here. SPY, again, still underneath volume point of control and equilibrium. I mean, it hit it freaking perfectly right there. And just coming straight back in underneath EMA's testing around VWAP right now. Pull this up. Some flow on bull coming out. I feel like there's always flow on bull though. Is there any position building alerts going on right now? No. What about repeated flow for 100K size? God, so much freaking flow on QUBT. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't think I've ever traded QUBT. AMD look like it's pushing for 165 call October. Yeah, those are the runners that I'm in. QUBT new highs. All right, I've never traded this name. Never traded this name. So it was QUBT, $10 or $25 calls for 10/17 expiration. I mean, there's a shitload of flow coming on QUBT overall. How much are those sitting at right now? They're about 280 on like premiums right now. I bet they're volatile as shit. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they pull back, you'll lose almost about $100 per contract. All right, QUBT calls, the 25s for 10/17, 275 right here. Let's watch these bad boys. SPY closed on VWAP or right under VWAP. Hard to tell. I think it closed right underneath. 661.94. VWAP's at that same price, so closed on VWAP, I suppose. Q's come in right back down. Beautiful rejection. AMD, yeah, I think AMD still looks fantastic. So it's like, Casey, give us a 0 DTE. Risk your kids' college fund for us. So far, it would have been Tesla. But I missed that one. I think it only went like 75, 80%, which is no fun for 0 DTEs. I mean, it's somewhat fun, I suppose. But again, I think it's easy to catch 50, 70, 80% on 0 DTEs. Catching 100% is like, okay, yeah, like normal. Now, when you get the plus 2, 3, 4, 500 plus on 0 DTEs, yeah, pretty freaking neat. That's good. Market is chewy today with it being quad witching day. Yeah. All right, there's the top of the chop box on Qs. Remember, like I said, they're just ping-ponging reactions here, 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 and here. 4 spots on QQQ, the levels that we covered that I said to put on your charts. 593, 595, 597, and 590, whatever I said, 598.15, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We hit 598.15 this morning. 1, 2, 3, 4 5-minute candles all in a row, closed underneath the event right at the resistance. What does it do? Pull right back down. Where does it bounce at? Directly on the freaking trend line that we drew pre-market, or that I said Lux Algo automatically draws for you. Shout out to Lux Algo. And then at the 597 area, perfectly. There's nothing Nothing too interesting on SPY and Qs. Like I said, it's scalpy. If anything, and I tell people all this all the time, when it comes to SPY and QQQ, whenever you're in tight ranges like that and you have those specific levels and spots to watch for the reactions, to scalp it, I don't like doing 0 DTE options. I would rather just do futures. I don't know about you guys, but just me personally, I think you can get more bang for your buck trading futures on the scalps. Look at this reaction right there. That would have been a beautiful MNQ or NQ long right off that spot on that back test. I think it was absolutely great freaking spot. What is the VIX just hit resistance from yesterday's close. It's right at that high at 350. Vol DQ is still positive. Vol D is still negative. Tick is just chopping above and below around the 0 line. There's nothing too crazy right there. DAL looks sus on the 4 hour. DAL QUBT new highs. It's not sus on the 4 hour, baby. It's going lower on the daily chart. It's still in a squeeze downside. Had a nice move down, retested daily EMAs, pulling back down. I think it looks great for a short. Oh yeah, we were talking about Boeing. Look, still here. Nothing. Nothing yet. Where's Tessie? Still chilling. Yep, still rejecting up there near the same spot. Oh my goodness, the Soldier Boy ticker. Freaking you. Never freaking heard of this thing, never traded it, and then I trade it freaking like 400% and just kept freaking going. Trade that bad boy from down here from 9 to 11, and now this thing is at going for 15 right now. Just look at the chart overall. Look at the weekly on this bad boy. Look at this. Freaking insane. This stock in July was in the 5s, and now it's going for 15. I had never heard a trade this name. Saw it on the flow one day, and I was looking at the daily and weekly chart, and I was like, oh, it's looking good for a next leg up. And it just freaking hasn't stopped. I should have just kept rolling using profits for that. Oklo was another one too. Traded that from like 60s to 80s. Like, oh my God. We're just talking about it all morning right now, and it's still going higher. Those two freaking alerts on the flow, still going. Oh my God. Wow. All right, QEBT. Just send it. Full send. What's FSLR doing for A-Rod? Pulling back a little bit. Needs to get over that 218 area. But that's insane. I mean, God. What a hell of a freaking stock. Freaking insane. Can you take it higher? AMD! Go. Your Oklo 125 calls are in the money. Let's go. Great job. Let's go. Can you take it higher? All right, all right, all right, all right. RBO carry still holding up, still at 15% on those. Cypher must be coming back a little bit for my $14 calls for October, or just holding. Cypher's back over 12. Little 30-minute squeeze action going on, looking good. Yeah, come on, baby. Just rip it for me one time. Just send it. Full send. IWM about to crack new lows. Beautiful bounce on Qs. Again, I think that was a great spot. Look, there's an MMK zone that's right here. Here's the high of it, here's the low of it. And it hit the low of it right there. It's not my other chart where I have it drawn, but I love that confluence that's right there. But needs to get over this spot right here on Cypher. Get that move up higher. I'll put QUBT back up here with Oklo. Look at LEU going bonkers. They all just going bonkers. IWM about to make a new low over there. Looking rough. Lower high on Qs. Good pop on Qs. Lower high rejection. SPY did not get a bounce like Qs did, like whatsoever. Like at all. Everly's being mean today. All I hear is Everly do something, and then I hear a baby cry. Right there. I don't know what she just did, but she just made another baby cry. What are they fighting over? Oh my god! This is the life in the Casey Trades house. Everly the baby pusher. I think she's pushing or stiff arming. But she does. Like, she'll chase them, and when she's chasing them, she'll push them in the back. I mean, and we have LVP floor. What an orchestra you have there, I know. Maybe freaking hitting some Mariah Carey note. Freaking baby screams. God. Don't think I can soundproof this office. Oh, alright. Well, market ain't doing shit. Market hasn't gone freaking anywhere. Who's calling me right now? If you're calling me, I'm not going to answer it. I'm about to switch over live streams. She reminds us to chase our dreams. Tough love. Yeah, that's what it seems like. All right, we are going to do the giveaway before we switch over. So, two things. For one, there's 4,000 fucking people right now in this live stream. Shout out to you guys. We got 4,000 people in here. If you haven't already, please like and repost the stream here on X. I would greatly appreciate it. It's going to be recorded as always, like I said, be saved to my profile. And if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done that already. If you're over here on X, head over to my YouTube channel, just hit the link tree in my bio and it'll take you straight over there. But appreciate 4,000 people tuning in today. And we are going to do the giveaway for 2 people to come hang out with me and my other alert analysts in our amazing premium Discord community, free for 1 whole month. So, if you haven't already, I can repost this. Actually, no, I'm not going to repost it because I already reposted it once. I don't want to clutter my feed right now. If you don't know what this giveaway is about and you're just now hearing about it, go to my profile, scroll down about 8 posts down. Yesterday, you're going to see my repost. And you're going to see a big old picture. And it looks like this. Looks like that. That tweet right there. All right. Scroll down. Go find that tweet, like, and repost it. As of right now, including myself, because I had to repost it. I guess I didn't like it. I reposted it. Maybe, I'm not sure if that includes me for the drawing. But if you like and repost that, put you in for 2 people that I'm about to select right now. So, oh look, we just got more repost on it. So, if you go like and repost that tweet down there that says the premium Discord giveaway that's down on my profile, that is the one that I'm talking about. I'm going to go through the little reposting right here and I'm going to randomly select 2 people and I will call their names out here on the live stream. If you're in the chat here, I'll open up the chat and see if you're in here watching at the same time. And then I will send you both messages and get you set up starting Monday. I'm not going to go ahead and start it now because that would defeat the purpose of giving you a free month. I'm not going to start it when the week ends. I'm going to start it when a new week begins. So I'll get that set up for those 2 people over the weekend to start it officially on Monday to give you access, and then starting that month from that point forward. So IWM, holding, Qs, holding, SPY, flat, boring, boarding, CIFR, new highs. Where are my calls sitting at? Woo! Oh, they're about to be at entry. Cause I've been sitting in these like for a few days now. Cause it's a small lotto swing. So let's go. Let's go, Cypher. Is there a Casey Trades discount code for subscribing to Bullflow? Yes, there is. Yes, is. Use code Casey for 20% off your first month. Also, I use Bullflow for mine. It's the screenshots of all the flow that I use. It's the only one that I use, and I absolutely love it. They are increasing their prices for their platform, whatever, starting next week. Right now, it costs $29 a month. It's literally $1 a day for me to utilize all these freaking tools up here. You also get access to their Discord, where the 2 guys that run Bullflow, they're actively in there. They also post, they have a great chat that's in there. So it's really fun to be a part of that as well. But you get to utilize the entire Flow platform as well. So if you get Bullflow now, before they increase their prices, your subscription price does not increase. They're grandfathering that price and they're keeping it at that lower price for you. So if you get it now for $29 a month, you will be grandfathered in because they increase prices next month. Oh, it's $25 right now? Are they running like a promo or something? They drop it down real quick. I know if you buy the annual subscription, it automatically discounts it down to 25. And if you do the month to month, I think it's 29, something like that. Could have something backwards right there. But anyways, yeah. And then there's the Bullflow sign up channel right there as well. So use the link that's in there. It'll take you to Bullflow, and then use code KC at checkout. You get 20% off your first month. Again, yeah, it's $29 for the month. It's $25 a month if you do the annual one. The math just comes down to that price. QUBT is popping back up here, by the way. Watch, see if we can make a new high of day. Get a trim out some calls. SPY Q still doing nothing. So yes, use that link in the Discord channel right there, and then use my code, get the discount. Again, if you get the price now from Bullflow, they lock you in at that price, and you'll have that until you ever decide to cancel. But then if you decide to cancel in the future and then try to re-sign up again, whatever their new price is they're changing it to, that's what you're going to end up paying. So for $1 a day for everything Bullflow, their platform utilizes, I get all those alerts I was talking about for the flow. I get those on my cell phone here as well because they have a mobile app, which is fantastic, especially if you're not able to sit at your desk all day, but you want to utilize flow. So again, they send the text alerts to your phone, which is fantastic. I love it. So, all right. We ready to pick 2 people for a giveaway or what? That way I gotta switch over to the Wolf Trading Show. What about the people that's already in the giveaway? I think Cypher could go on an IREN type run. That would be fantastic. Channel, it's in my Discord. So if you're not in my Discord, whether you're in the paid or free, whatever it is, I post free trades every now and then as well. But like the link to Bullflow and stuff like that, I have a channel in there called Bullflow Sign Up, and it has my link with my discount code in there. It's open for everybody. So go to my X profile, click my link tree. It has all my things in there. There's a link that takes you just straight over to my Discord. You can get inside there, and then if you're a free member, you'll see all those channels. And I have a Bullflow sign up channel over there. So, look, I just got an alert from Bullflow right here. Look, I'll show it to you guys live. Let's see what we got. Position building repeated order on NNE. $42 calls for 10/17/2025. NNE, where's NNE at right now? NNE just hit $45. So there's repeated orders on $42 calls for 10/17/2025. So there's a lot of flow that's coming in. So I will go over to Bullflow, repeated flow, or not repeated flow, it's position builder, sorry. Click on it, and there's the order. So these orders started this morning at 9:55. They bought the calls at $4. Some flow just came in. Oh, 570. So they're up on that position. So they bought $50,000, $80,000, $261,000, $37,000, $132,000, $33,56, and now $49,000. So those other orders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 orders, those first ones were all within a 6-minute time frame starting at 9:55. Go look at, and we'll pull it up right here. Go look at NNE when it started. So this is just another one adding on top of it, letting people know like there's still like orders coming in, buying it. But it started at 9:55. Whoopsies. So if you go to NNE, whenever the first alert came through for this one specifically, 9:55 is this candle right here. That's where it started. 9:55, 9:55, 9:56, 9:56, 9:57, 9:59, and 10:01, which would be these two candles right here. where it all first started. And then lo and behold, it gets a big move up here. Somebody just came in and just bought like another $49,000 worth of these calls at 570 after someone was already loading up down here at 4. So this dude right here is up like almost 50% on that move already. Someone just came in with a smaller size and bought that one. But it just added to the alerts, just letting people know, like, someone's still freaking buying this shit. But it started at 955, which is right here, where the first one came in. So, beautiful alerts on bull flow for NNE today, and then caught this move up here. Fantastic. Oh shit, that's funny. For DST on the Discord. All right. We need to pick we need to pick 2 winners before I jump off and change streams. All right. Let me go over to the post. Let me go to the repost. All right, you guys ready? We're gonna pick 2 people, and then I gotta jump off, and switch over. All right. Who reposted it and is here in the chat? Put like a thumbs up, a hand up, or something over here in the chat. That way I know if you're here or not. It'd be interesting to see if I pick you. All right. Let's randomly select 2 people. Repost. There's like 160 something people that I'm gonna freaking pick between. So would be very, very interesting to see who gets selected. All right, ready? Person number 1 is... I'm still swiping back and up and down, 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 up and down. Tony Banking, number 1, at Great Future 19. Tony Banking. I'm not sure if you're here in the chat, but you are number 1, Mr. Tony Banking. Tony? Okay, first of all, I'm disappointed in Tony. Tony, you like and reposted it, and I can't send you a message because you don't follow me. All right, let's take a vote. Should we give this thing to Tony or not? All in favor. Where's Tony? Where's Tony? Tony Banking, you better follow me if you're watching this stream right now. I'm going to pick in one more person. If Tony hasn't followed me, then we're going to give it to somebody else because I can't freaking message you. I can't let you know. You don't even follow me. All right, we're going to go pick the second one. All right, ready? I should have made that a rule. Follow, like, and then repost. That could be my fault. So, all right. Person number 2. Is Adam Sawinski. Did I say that right, Adam? I'm sorry. What did I say? This is in Discord said, fuck Tony. Adam Sawinski. ADDIK 247. I'm not sure if you are here. It might be a fake account. It could be. Let's see. I'm going to send, if you're here in the chat and you're listening, dude, look at Q's dying after freaking rejecting that right there. Look at IWM. Look at iDubbbz. Leading the way to the downside. Remember I said this morning, IWM can make the best moves in a direction while SPY and Q still haven't done too much. Look at all this consolidation here this morning. SPY starting to go. Q's now starting to go. IWM, downside, consolidation, downside. Already looking weak overall while SPY and Q's were holding up going sideways right here. Look at that. Dumperoni. All right, so Tony and Adam. I'm not sure if Tony, let's see if Tony followed me. If Tony didn't follow me, I can't give it to him because I can't send him a message. We're going to have to give away Tony's. Adam, I'm sending you a message right now. RDDT, 230 calls, 926, 2025 expiration, sizable sweep for 1.3 million. Just came in. All right, Adam, I just sent you a message. I just sent you a DM, Adam. All right. I don't think Tony is here and or followed me. And I can't let him know. So we might have to give it away to somebody else. How many people are in the chat like, I'm Tony. I'm Tony. Way to go, Adam. I did send Adam a message, a DM. All right, here's the deal, okay? Tony watches this later on, the recording or whatever it is, or follows me, I will honor. And Chris said, you can call me Tony. I will give Tony access as well. He will be the third person, but we are going to select another person right now. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Jed at Mailman381. That would be you. Let me send Jed a message. Just sent Jed a message. I'm not sure if you're here in the live stream, Jed. But I just sent you a message. Appreciate you. Someone asked if the RDT was bought or sold. I'll check real quick before I gotta switch. Sizable sweeps, RDT. It was bought. 230 calls for 926, 2025 at the ask. 1.32 million. They bought 500 for 26.4. Very expensive contracts. Bishop alert, another 100% trade in the premium Discord. What is going on? Okay, apparently Bishop alerted Apple calls a little bit ago. And they're up like 100%. Going back up to the highs. What did he take? Oh, let's go. Liv. Liv is up $7,000 on SoFi. You have a better average than I do because mine's like in the 12s. Yours in the 10s. You have 190%. Great job, Liv. That was one of the freaking ones I'm most proud of this year was taking advantage of that SoFi dip. Dude, what is Bishop on today? He took Apple 242.5. They're in the money. There it goes. Look at Apple. Holy shit, Bishop. Dude, Bishop back to back. 100% trades today. New high a day on Apple. Holy shit. Let's go, Bishop. What's going on with Reddit? Look at this candle on Reddit. Look at the candle on Reddit right now. Look at that candle. Since that flow came in, look at that candle. Where is Reddit at? I mean, this thing is still freaking cruising. Daily, a nice little back test. It doesn't look the best. It is hitting support. Look at this right here. Look at that right there. All right, you want to take some Reddit calls? I know the daily looks freaking disgusting. All right, so funny thing is, I've never traded RDDT yet. I don't think I've traded RDDT. Freaking expensive as shit. Unless you do 0 days, or 0 days expensive. They're a little pricey. Holy, look at the freaking spread on these premiums. These are insane. These are insane. Look at the spread on these premiums. Dude, that's a straight lotto if I've ever seen one before. Like size for fucking 0. Straight size for 0. Straight size for 0. The 260s are $1.05. These look dumb. Now they're $1. Look at the spreads on them right now going back and forth. The spread is like $30 wide right now. Is Apple still cruising? All right, anyways, I sent you both. There's Apple new highs. Freaking Bishop. Insane. I sent you both a message. Yeah, Tony deserves it. We'll give it to Tony. If Tony follows me and I can send him a message and let him know, we'll give it to Tony. He'll be 3. But we did do 2. So, Adam and Jed, I sent you both a message. I'm going to close up the stream here. Look at the spreads on RDDT. I still got them pulled up. Look at the spreads. Look how crazy they are. Now those 260s, the ask is at $1 and the bid's at 62. Now it's like $40 wide. Look at the one above it. Look at the 257.5s. The bid's 125. The ask is 188. Dude, these are insane. Okay, Oklo 125 sizable sweep just came in for 2.3 million. What is going on with Oklo again? There's no way it's still going. Yes, it is. It's absolutely still. It's about to flag off the 9 EMA here. QQQ is holding that spot. There's still nothing here on the chart. Hey, Jed, you messaged me back. What's up? So I'll get with you guys at some point in time over the weekend here and get you guys set up. But uneventful Friday because spying queues haven't really done too much. I mean, there's a few individual names. But again, Fridays for me, it's waiting until after 2 p.m. Eastern. I mean, like right here, Qs, I mean, you can probably scalp along right here on MNQ or NQ off that retest right here, same as earlier, right? It's already getting some nice green candles right here, but see if we can push up a little bit higher. But that's it for me. I appreciate everybody who tuned in to the stream. There is 4,400 people here right now on the stream. So I greatly appreciate everyone who tuned into this. Shout out to the 2 people who won. We'll see if Tony can be the 3rd one if he follows me. But ooh, Gladiator alerted something. What Gladiator alert? Oh, should I call that out live here on stream? Gladiator is one of our swing trade analysts. What is he taking? Ooh. Oh, I see what he's seeing. Look at the weekly chart. Look at the weekly chart. It could drop a little bit lower, but I do see what he's seeing. I see it. I done sees it. I'll be in the premium chat here in just a second. I'm going to switch over and close up this stream and go over to hang out with the guys on the Wolf Trading Spaces. But thank you again. Again, overall, I think between this and YouTube, there's like 4,500 people over here, mainly everyone on X, just because I have a larger following on X, not too much on YouTube. But please, there's 4,000 people here watching this X live stream, but there's like almost 2,000 people only following the YouTube. So please click the link tree that is in my X profile here, and then scroll down and show my social media pages. Go to the YouTube page, like and subscribe to that. I'm going to be making a little bit of educational content this weekend. Some people asking me to go over Bullflow and all the different settings and how I utilize Bullflow whenever I'm trading actively, you know, during the week within the premium Discord, to use that as an extra tool of confluence for trading. So I'm going to be making a video on Bullflow. Another person has asked a small recap video of like just the journey on how I got up into essentially this position here. So I'm going to be making a small video like that. I did an episode with Wolf Trading Spaces and I talked about it, just about an hour long. Probably going to do something, you know, very, very similar to that, but I'll do it live and post it on the YouTube channel as well. And then just more educational videos and then trade recap videos going over everything that I did for the week on trades, what I saw, just for educational purposes, and things like that as well. So make sure you do like and subscribe to that YouTube channel. So again, appreciate you. Yeah, that was a really good freaking trade right there on Apple by Bishop. That was freaking ripped it. That was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green candles in a row on the 5-minute chart, new high today. So Bishop's 2 for 2 today, plus 100% trades back to back. So shout out to him in the premium Discord. Look at that. His calls on Apple from $45 to $125, 180%. Nice job, Bishop. Let's freaking go. All right, I'm closing up this stream here. Again, appreciate you all. Q's is getting that little bouncy bounce. I mean, like I said, there's nothing significant really going on right here. It's scalpy territory. Again, this, like I said, would be a great long spot for MQ or MNQ, and so far it is getting a nice little pop right here. Lower bottom wicks, buyer stepping in, there it goes. So if you took the long, fantastic. Again, it's look for sells up here, look for buys right here, coming back to this midpoint. That's all that we have so far here on the market. Nothing crazy. So appreciate, love you all. Again, I'm going to tune in to the Wolf Trading YouTube channel. So I will go repost that here in a little bit on my profile for the Discord. I will send that link wherever they're at. It should already be out there, I'd imagine. But I'm gonna head over there. So everyone else, go ahead and jump on over there because that's where I will be. If not, then enjoy the rest of your Friday. Don't give back all the gains that we worked hard for this week, Monday through Thursday, on a Friday to ruin your weekend. Just not the time to do it, not the market conditions to do it in either. So enjoy the weekend, and I will see everybody Sunday night for the Sunday night live stream going over the charts that I'm going to be looking at later on today in the premium Discord after 2 p.m. on the higher time frames to see what things I'm going to be looking to enter and swing over the weekend, and then I will post the charts for everyone else on the on Sunday for the live stream going into the week.